welcome back to Movin Right Along, a Muppet Family Christmas podcast. This is the podcast where we watch A Muppet Family Christmas 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe.
I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
And today we are thrilled to have one of our favorite guests with us. He's been on this show many times. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Danny Horn, and I'm thrilled. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas,
Danny.
Thank you.
Very happy to talk to you on this beautiful snowy day.
Yes. Look outside. The snow is falling. It's beautiful. We live in 3 different places, so I just assume that it's snowing where all 3 of us live right now.
Oh yeah, it snows in San Francisco a lot.
There you go.
It never snows here. It never gets cold. It does not feel like Christmas here at all. People don't put up Christmas lights or anything. It's weird.
That's sad.
Considering I came from New Jersey where Christmas lights was everything.
Right. Sure.
And so it is possible that this right now is the most Christmassy thing that I'm going to do this whole season.
Could be. I don't want to go down too much of a tangent here, but are you familiar with the TV show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend?
I am, yes.
The song California Christmas Time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the anthem for
The most Fountains of Wayne-esque song in 4 seasons of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Yeah.
Yes,
Loved
definitely. Co-written by the late Adam Schlesinger. So today we are talking...
I would just like to point out that before we started this recording, Anthony and Ryan, with straight faces, looked me straight in the eye and said, "You know what? We're going to try and keep these episodes kind of brief because we're doing them every day."
Yeah, and then you shut that down, so that's why we're not.
Well, I would like to point out that it was mostly Anthony who was saying that. Because we know what happens when Danny Horn is on the podcast.
And now the bickering begins. All right, this is going great so far.
Today we are watching minutes 15 and 16 of A Muppet Family Christmas, in which the Muppets watch an old home movie and the turkey hits on Camilla. So we pick up here with Doc finishing his explanation to the Swedish chef that the turkey's the turkey, you turkey, which is apparently enough to convince the chef, and they all disperse, although the chef does say smecka gobla gobla goofy woofy, which I'm sure, any of us would say in the same situation.
Roz and I say the whole, I don't care if the turkey said the dog is the turkey, that thing. We say that to each other all the time while cooking our annual turkey. That's just part of it,
Yeah, it's the perfect line for just such a situation. Mm-hmm. Especially if you have a dog around.
It feels like kind of starting this clip and starting it in the middle of that line with just people shouting and barking as the first thing that I saw. It's still it makes sense that tracks because this special is so just packed with characters and scenes, and it just it has to move really fast in order to just do everything that it needs to do.
It really does. I've noticed that even more in watching it 2 minutes at a time, where before one sequence is even over, it's you hear another character's voice shouting across the farmhouse, and okay, we're going back, going into the next thing. It's no time to stop and rest. We got to move.
Yeah, we got to have Rizzo has to have a line and Ernie has to have a line.
Exactly.
And Cookie Monster has to hit us a little bit.
Right. Well, then the turkey makes another appearance. He pokes his head in the frame. He's delighted to have caused this chaos. Then he sees Camilla and just is immediately ogling her, and he says, "Hey, Mama, how you doing?" Which seems extremely inappropriate because they don't, they haven't even been introduced. Possibly even more inappropriate than Gonzo's own usual behavior.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like having the turkey as there's the special on the whole does not actually have a story. It's mostly just hanging out at just getting together.
The
at Christmas.
closest thing is Piggy's slow journey to the farmhouse.
Yeah, it's the only sources of tension are Piggy coming to the farmhouse, and then the turkey, who is the villain of the special and just causes problems.
That's true.
Everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he's going to cause another problem too. That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
But now suddenly Doc and Sprocket are sitting in the living room next to Scooter, who calls out to Kermit, "Look what I have! It's home movies. I found this old film in the closet. It's the very first Christmas the Muppets ever spent together."
We're about to see the Muppet Babies here. And this scene is maybe the most Scooter has ever felt like Muppet Babies Scooter as an adult. Because he's being the AV nerd here, right?
Oh, he's the guy running the projector.
He found an old film in the closet and then set up a projector to show it to everyone. That's like baby Scooter being like, look at what I got on my computer, guys.
Tapping around on his computer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, this is a fun puppet show, and the creators of it obviously had no concern for logic or continuity or internal consistency. But the point of this podcast is to talk about this thing a lot. So first of all, why is Scooter digging in Fozzie's mom's closet? Like, did he have permission to go in there? What is he doing?
Oh, for that, I that feels okay to me because, like, there are Muppets everywhere all over this house.
Right. Yeah. They've been given run of the place, for sure.
Everyone is going to get everywhere.
So it's just sort of it's understood that they can just go peeking into every nook and cranny in the house.
Oh, I'm just thinking that they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to move around at all in this space,
at a certain point, you're going to
you're going to displace somebody else, and someone's going to end up in the cupboard.
You're going to head into the closet, at some point. Yeah, sure, okay. But then, so yes,
but I do love the old home movies thing, which I think like now is not an experience that people have, but definitely is a thing from my childhood of like, here's like the old scratchy home movies that we have a little.
Right. Well, it's not exciting. It wouldn't be exciting to kids now because everyone is just constantly taking video on their phones of every minute of their lives. So to have captured like a 2-minute clip of someone's childhood is not exciting anymore. But it was back then.
Really not. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the Muppet Babies. Now, in the Muppets Take Manhattan, the Muppet Babies only existed in Miss Piggy's imagination as this scenario of what would have happened if they had known each other when they were babies. But now they're treating this as if this was something that really happened, where they did.
But now it's canon.
Yeah, where they did hang out as babies.
But that's because of the cartoon, right? Like,
I guess so.
In between, like, this is Muppet Family Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So at this time, there's 4 successful franchises of Henson Muppet characters.
Right. Yeah, this is another property that's joining the crossover.
Right. So, like, that's why. If there was no Muppet Babies cartoon, there sure wouldn't be, hey, everybody, here we are as babies.
From the point of view of, the producers of this special, that is the reason. Yeah.
My question is this. 1987, they're watching the home movies. And those home movies are clearly, like, because it's them when they were babies, it's, like, a couple decades at least.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, and that also assumes that all the Muppets are the same age, essentially. All these characters.
Right, when Scooter is specifically supposed to be younger than Kermit. Anyway, but we got that. And the Muppet Babies is still on. Like, Muppet Babies started in 84, and this is 87, and then when...
This is kind of right smack dab in the middle of the cartoon.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, while it's still on the air. So they are saying that cartoon, which regularly features Star Wars characters at least, is set in the 1960s.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. I have nothing to add to that, but that's a fascinating thought.
There you go.
Sure. I guess there's nothing in this clip that would contradict that.
No.
Muppet Babies, it's official. Muppet Babies takes place in the 60s.
Well, the pilot famously features a clip from Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
See, there's a problem.
Is a movie that takes place in the 30s. So no, it all checks out.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Oh, okay. So in the Muppet universe, Raiders of the Lost Ark actually happened. Like, they're just watching real footage of Indiana Jones having these adventures.
Documentary evidence.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
This is the kind of thing that for other franchises, this would cause a crisis.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd have to... Actually, like, Muppet Family Christmas would be, like, crisis at Ma Bear's house.
Right. Oh, no. Yeah, for sure. It would...
Crisis at Infinite Farmhouses.
Yeah. At the end of the special, like, one of the franchises would be wiped from memory.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, no, we didn't have Fraggles after that.
Oh no.
Right. Yeah.
That was all pre Muppet Family Crisis.
It's so sad that Gobo Fraggle is the Barry Allen of this universe.
Oh.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
When Boober gives Robin that Fraggle pebble, that's the only remnant of the pre-crisis.
Oh yeah, just the pebble.
That's the leftover piece of the old universe. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. But my other thing here is that when they arrived at the farmhouse, Fozzie introduced Kermit to his ma as if this was the first time they had ever met. And Ma said she recognized Fozzie's friends from television. But shouldn't she know that her son used to hang out with a lot of these Muppets when he was a baby?
Because she owns home movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Who took this film? Who made this film?
My kids, they went to daycare. I didn't know those parents. I didn't talk to those other kids. Who cares?
But if your kid grew up and was on a variety show and your kid's boss was somebody that they knew that they had gone to nursery school with or daycare, Don't you think that would come up at some point?
When they introduced me to them, then the child would say, they went to the same daycare as me. And I would say, oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. But that just doesn't happen.
Very well. Very well.
I'm sure they shot that and it was just a deleted scene. Anyway, Kermit says he hasn't seen this film in years. Clearly, Kermit remembers that they have this shared past.
Yeah, they all do. They all have like little comments to make about how cute they used to be.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah.
So the Muppet Babies are singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. The song dates back to 1934. It's been recorded by a zillion artists. That's about as much as I looked up about it.
Okay, so I gotta say, the two
do.
songwriters of Santa Claus is Coming to Town have both incredible names. All right, J. Fred Coots, which sounds like one of Donald Duck's relatives. Like that sounds like a Carl Barks name. And Haven Gillespie.
Is that Haven?
Haven, yep.
I'm glad I know that piece of information.
J. Fred Coots also kind of sounds like
J. Fred Muggs.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
J. Fred Muggs, right. It's the unholy offspring of J. Fred Muggs and Clinton Coot, one of Donald Duck's many cousins.
Oh, there you go. I was also thinking like one of those acts on the Muppet Show that they talk about, but you never actually see. But like,
right,
J.
Fred barbecue.
Coots and his, electric watermelon or something.
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
Yes, and Muppet Wiki reminds us that this song appears on 2 Sesame Street Christmas albums, and Miss Piggy sang it with Tony Bennett in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade in 2016.
That was when Miss Piggy saved Tony Bennett's life.
That was the story. Right. Yes, that's what everyone said.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I don't know, maybe we don't want to get this sad, but we know now that he had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's by that time.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Maybe she actually did save his life.
Well, yeah, so what happened, they were on a float. Mine. The float stops moving for them to sing the song. And then when the float started moving again, it kind of jerked when it first started. And Tony Bennett seemed to kind of stumble. And it looked like Piggy was like bracing him so he didn't fall over. Yes. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Baby Piggy in this musical number is holding a Kermit doll, which makes me wonder, where did she get a doll of her friend?
But that's following on from Muppets Take Manhattan, where Baby Ralph has a Big Bird doll, which makes even less sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm thinking the Kermit doll, there was 1965, I think, was the first, Ideal Toys did the first, Kermit doll and Ralph doll.
Oh, right.
So this must be after 1965.
Okay, so you're narrowing down when this film was taken.
To the end of the 60s.
Yeah, very good.
Which makes me wish that Piggy had been holding a Wilkins in one hand and a Wilkins
in the other.
Man, if they could have included Wilkins and Wilkins in this crossover, that would have been amazing.
That could have been on TV.
That is the one bit of fan service.
Oh, yeah, they could have just turned on the TV and, changed the channel.
Sam and Friends is on, yeah.
Yeah, when they see the newsman do his bit, they could have changed the channel and there's, Sam and Friends or a Wilkins commercial. Yeah, missed opportunity.
They're kicking themselves.
So as we mentioned, the Muppets are all sort of just shouting comments at this film. When Piggy's on screen, Floyd says, "It's Miss Hamhocks when she was a little sausage roll," which, I guess that's typical Floyd. He kind of is a jerk to Piggy sometimes. Then when we see Baby Fozzie singing, his ma says, "You were still in diapers in those days," and Fozzie goes, "Ma," and kind of lightly slaps her. That's a very cute moment.
She's so nostalgic for those diapers.
Yeah.
She just loves them.
I mean, if he went to a nursery and he was there all day, that means Ma didn't have to change those diapers. So
sure, not as big of a problem.
That is inaccurate.
From your experience as a parent?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are more hours in a day at home. And I don't know what Ma Bear did.
All right. Baby Scooter and Baby Gonzo are also in the film. Baby Ralph, I may have mentioned, is playing a toy piano. Bunsen shouts out, "There's Ralph when he was a wee puppy." And Ralph says, "Not so wee, I was paper trained." It's a solid dog joke.
And I like that gives Bunsen something. I don't think Bunsen really and Beaker don't really have anything.
That's true. He really doesn't. Yeah, they don't do anything. And
yeah, they're just hanging around, yeah.
Is that Bunsen's only line of dialogue?
I have a theory about this. I think they do a little bit of a song. But my theory is that you can't have Beaker getting electrocuted around the set.
Oh, sure.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that's kind of the only thing that Beaker ever does.
Nothing too violent. or bad
Yeah.
can happen.
Crazy Harry doesn't do anything. Beaker doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, I guess we must see Crazy Harry.
Crazy
in the crowd,
Harry is there.
but he can't.
But
explode.
without his like Christmas TNT plunger.
Yeah, he can't be like blowing up Grover.
Yeah.
Right.
Too bad. The baby Gonzo's there. Gonzo, watching the film, says, "What a handsome little devil I was," and waggles his eyelids. Nice puppet trick.
I love that everyone else, it's like something specific about being a baby, and Gonzo's just like still handsome.
Into himself.
He still got it.
Yeah.
He is still attracted to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Baby animal then bursts out of, I think, is he bursting out of a present on the film, or is he actually like breaking through the piano itself?
It looks to me like a present.
Okay, it's like a present under the tree behind the piano.
Somebody wrapped him.
And then adult animal bursts through the movie screen, and I guess that's it for the home movies.
This feels like a good time to talk about the fact that adult animal is way ahead of his time with his fashion sense.
He is.
Oh, he's got like a grunge.
Yeah, he looks just like Dawson Leary.
Yeah.
He's just like hanging out with Joey, talking about making movies like Spielberg.
Yeah. He's wearing this plaid flannel number, which, it really does look like something from the early 90s.
Yeah. He's been to Seattle.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a solid t-shirt, solid colored t-shirt with an open flannel shirt over it.
Maybe that look was inspired by Animal. A lot of people watch the special on TV.
That's true.
That is true.
Well, Doc has the line, he says, "Oh, that was fun. Even weirdos are cute when they're babies."
I'm so happy that Doc is in this special.
Yeah.
I guess you guys have, I'm sure you guys have talked all about
but
this.
please, but by all means.
How cute is Doc? And I love
He's
having
great.
him as the sole human. He just commits to the reality of the situation. And it's like, the thing that I think is super sweet is that he is not, like, they could have done like human guest stars.
A real celebrity.
Yeah, like here's it's Muppet Family Christmas with special guest stars Martin Mull and Glenn Close.
Yeah.
And just grim and awful. And so instead of doing that, like they said, it's with special guests, Doc from Fraggle Rock,
Doc is the guest star,
and like is just a member of the cast.
Yeah, and he is so good at working with puppets. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Playing off the Muppets. Yeah. And we've talked about how he kind of has a character arc in the special, because when he first shows up, he just wants to have a nice quiet Christmas with him and Sprocket alone in this house. When the Muppets show up, he's kind of mad about it. He is kind of turned off by these weirdos who have invaded this space. And now we see like he's really starting to like these guys. Yeah, they're cute. They were cute when they were babies. Oh yeah, and then this Gonzo whooshes in with a variation on his trademark whoosh sound effect from the Muppet Show and says, "I knew you'd learn to love us." And Doc says, "I didn't say that."
Gonzo looks crestfallen.
Yes. But then Gonzo notices that the turkey is flirting with Camilla. He is kind of like playing with her feathers, and he's complimenting her drumsticks. She seems to be into it, though.
Unbelievably successful, I feel.
Yeah, unlikely.
For someone who she just met. He's fondling her.
Yeah, he's all over her.
Several places. She's totally fine with it.
Right.
He says we're gonna go outside for a little scratching and squawking.
Friendly scratching and squawking.
A little friendly scratching and squawking is aggressively sexual.
Yeah, and he's
It's wild.
Especially for like at any time. I was gonna say like especially for a Christmas special that has Big Bird in it, but like that's aggressively sexual kind of no matter what.
In any context.
In any context,
exactly, yeah.
I can see that.
It's the dirtiest thing in this special for sure, or most suggestive anyway.
Yeah. So that is like, I think it's like that's what the turkey is here in this special, is like the chaotic force that causes problems and disruptions everywhere that he goes. This does, like, there is a theory that Camilla is just a series of, like, there is no Camilla. And Camilla
Dave Goles actually subscribes to that theory.
Identical chickens. Yeah, I do too.
We just talked about A Celebration of 30 Years, which has the joke on screen that Gonzo can't tell any of the chickens apart.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of just don't like that, because I like thinking that Gonzo has this beautiful, like, lifelong relationship, with this one chicken.
Right.
I do too, but then if you think about
it's like, funnier the other way.
Every single scene, it's just the chicken has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that also depends on,
It's a chicken.
Right. What level are these chickens operating? There are certain Muppet chickens that we have seen are capable of speech, but for the most part, they just cluck.
And so, I think this is evidence for that this Camilla.
This might be a different Camilla than the last one we saw.
Gonzo comes up to them and is like, "Hey, stop messing with my girlfriend." And the girlfriend has absolutely no response to like Gonzo being right there. She's just still into the scratching and squawking plan that is still on as far as she's concerned.
Yeah. This might be like Exhibit A in that theory. Or Camilla is just really fickle. She can't be tied down. That actually brings us to the end of this clip. So any final thoughts on these 2 minutes?
Don't invite live turkeys into the home.
No. Well, I mean, if you're gonna invite bears and pigs and monsters and everything else, you might as well invite a live turkey.
It feels like it just causes a lot of problems.
Yeah. Turkeys are the most problematic species.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Anthony, you had something?
Yes, but it's like super nerdy.
Please, that's what we're here for.
So when Gonzo and the turkey are arguing here over Camilla, sitting on the steps behind them are Zoot and Rizzo.
Oh, yes, I actually did write down that I liked the fact that we can see Zoot sleeping on the stairs.
Right, yeah. But what this also means is that while Dave Goelz and Steve Whitmire are arguing, a Dave Goelz character and a Steve Whitmire character are sitting on the steps behind them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm seeing double, 4 Daves and 4 Steves, right?
Yes, that's good. I did not think about that part of it.
That's all I think about.
You win. I think you won.
I know, yes. That was
yeah,
great.
We got nothing else. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for that. So, all right, then that brings us to the end of this episode. We will be back tomorrow with another one, so please join us then for another special Christmas episode of Moving Right Along. Bye.
Bye.
Friendly scratching and squawking.